Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to Teens Read. I hope you're all enjoying your last day of um, spring break before school starts again. I certainly am, and I hope everyone's staying healthy and safe. So, the book we're going to be talking about today is Gypsy Rizka, and this is one of my favorite, short story type books. This is a book by Lloyd Alexander. It's basically a collection of short stories about a girl who lives in a town, um, and she has a cat, and she's she's smart and always one step ahead of everyone else, and I've read this book just over and over again. I think last summer it was. I think I read this 13 or 14 times, actually, but only my favorite stories. But I really like this book. It's funny, and it's a collection of short stories describing Rizka's adventures in the town that she lives in. So, what I really like about this book series is how clever she is and how she's always outsmarting her, I guess, opponents, kind of, who are always trying to either, kick her out or take over the town or something like that. And so I really like how she comes up with different strategies to escape or beat them. And that's a really interesting part of this book. Another thing that I really like is how many completely random or odd things happen in this town compared to a normal town. Like, there's multiple attempted takeovers of the town within 6 months, and so it's a really funny town that she lives in, and it's really interesting seeing how he makes it seem Lloyd Alexander, the author, makes it seem kind of realistic, but not too realistic. So I really like that about this book series. Another thing I like is how funny the characters are and how funny the plot is. There's so many hilarious parts where she dumps someone into a pigsty or something like that. And there's so many little funny things that are scattered throughout this book. Another thing I like about this book is how many different little, details that you can find. I've read this 14 or 15 times, and each time I kept finding something new that I'd never noticed before, or I'd never thought about before, or something like that. So, I really liked that about this book. It's a book similar to Tom Sawyer, which I'm planning to be talking about maybe tomorrow. As in that it's just I could just read it over and over and over again. Just because there's always new things to find, and it's a funny story, and it's got a good plot, and the characters are funny, and all of that. So, my top 3 favorite characters in this book are Gypsy Rizka's cat, who's a very funny character, who's always being sneaky and kind of evil sometimes. So I really like her cat. I also like her as a character because she's a very adventurous character that's always outwitting her opponents and the bad guys, and she's always trying to help other people. She's kind of Robin Hood-esque, as in she takes from the really rich people and gives it to the poorer people, mostly herself. So I really like her as a character. And then I like the blacksmith in the town because he's a very caring person, and he kind of takes on the role of father to Gypsy Rizka. And he's a very interesting, caring, loving character that's always being super friendly and looking out for her and trying to defend her. And he's always really a nice, kind character that's always kind of fighting for the good of the town and for her own good. And so I really like this book series. There's so many different supporting characters and little secrets and things like that it's just a book that you can read over and over again. So, this book series I think pretty much anyone can read. There's no, age limit or anything. I think it's a really good book all around. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will make sure... Oh, and if you have any book suggestions, leave them down below in the comments, and I will be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching.